Hello and welcome back to the Cronecast at the Rising Moon. My name is Elaine, and on this channel I do the Spirit Guide Monthly live every last Friday of the month, and I hope you're able to join me. But I also do this, I do pick-a-card readings, and today's pick-a-card reading is what good thing is about to happen. What blessing is coming your way, what manifestation is coming your way. This is the good news only reading. What good thing is about to happen in your life? We have 4 piles in a pick-a-card presentation. There are 4 piles. There'll be an insert and amendment so you can take some time with the cards. Concentrate, see which one calls out to you. That is the message that you're meant to receive, and I will see you at the time of your reading. Welcome back. If you chose pile number 1, then this is your reading. We're going to put that over there. Anybody joins us in progress, they'll be able to find their pile. Hey, the Wizard's Tarot is going to bring you some predictive cards, but we've also got some oracle cards here. Hey, before I get started, please don't forget to subscribe. It helps my channel. And if you like the reading, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. If you want to book me for a private reading, there is a link to my website in the description box down below. Come on, let's go. Okay. Attachment, longing, and desperation. We're talking about what good things are about to happen to you. This is a card that's saying that you will be healed from codependency. That's what one of the attachment cards is about. It's about unhealthy and dysfunctional relationship dynamics. We often learn them from our formative experiences and repeat them in our early relationships. But when we lean in on kind of trying to heal, to sort through our issues, to take responsibility for our own emotional happiness, we get more and more into an independent energy. Remember, love is not meant to be need-based. And when you see this particular card in a good news reading, it means that you have achieved your independence. All right, I have letting go of urgency, surrender, freedom from time constraints. This is a big one for people who have been trying to heal. It is the concept that everything comes to you in the time that it is meant to. With the attachment, you're letting go of attachment to outcomes. Remember, surrender and the idea of letting go of time constraints is not about I consign myself to endless waiting. What it means is understanding that things really do come to us in the time they're meant to, and there's no point in pushing back against that. I do magic, but I'm always trying to dissuade people from doing magic to try and hurry things up when it comes to personal relationships or emotional healing and growth, simply because if you hurry one process along, all it does is mean that you've pushed something that is a lesson that needs to be learned into the background, and it will come back. So it is important to do our healing work first. It looks like you have conquered a lot of the issues having to do with ego. That is one of the things that goes as we are trying to surrender, is releasing our personal. Remember, there is a plan and there is a divine force in this world, and it does know what it's doing. When you have achieved that energy of being like, well, I have not been abandoned up until this point in my life. I absolutely believe that there must be a reason and that there is value in this time, in this place, even if I am not getting what I want. Since we're doing the good news thing, here's the thing. I think you're already there. And now we're checking on what's coming from this particular energy. I have rejuvenation, reawaken, and then stand stronger. I think you're healed. I think you're healed and you're ready for all kinds of new adventures. Let's find out what they are. Milk and honey. Oh, this is beautiful. That is receiving. That is abundance. That is blessings coming to you. Very much of a material form and fashion. That does mean abundance, as in prosperity, as in wealth, as in money. It is increased. Remember, these are general readings, so unfortunately it can't hold true for everybody. But so far, this is the pile of someone who has done their healing work, is letting go. They're coming back to life in a stronger version of themselves. Every lesson that we learn makes us stronger and wiser. We all do have struggles, and it looks like you've overcome yours. And then I have exchanging gifts. That is receiving as well. People have codependent relationships, and remember, I was codependent, and I've been healing from it for years. The problem is that we don't have balanced relationships. We give and give and give, and others take and take and take. And only when you get into the energy of understanding, I'm recognizing that this relationship or that relationship or the other relationship is one-sided, and I will only allow reciprocity into my life, and then you're in a healed energy. And it's not 100% of the time. Meaning, like, you can have a conversation with a friend who's going through something and every single word of it is about her, or him or them. It's that it has to be an exception rather than a rule. It has to be based on the circumstances surrounding that. I like this though, because I think you're receiving after a time of healing and solitude. Devotion overcomes setbacks. I have change is unavoidable. There is a big change coming, I think, in your emotional life. Inner worlds, your external world is a reflection of your inner world. So very true. That is why healing work is always, like, the energy always pays off. Because when you're healed, when you're happy, when you're living in a vibrant energy, your inner world begins to manifest around you. And the only reason I never like talking about that very much is when people are in pain, that does not mean that they are manifesting their struggles. It means that they have an injury that is keeping them from being able to manifest their blessings. And it's not the same thing. Heal your injuries and you will manifest the world that you are hoping for. Grief. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. One of the last stages in healing, and one of the ways to tell that you have healed from something that has been difficult, is in seeing the value that it might have brought to your life. For instance, I always use myself as an example because that way nobody else gets into any type of trouble. I went through a hideous divorce a few years ago. I can now look at it and it taught me how to be incredibly strong, how to be self-reliant, how to believe in myself. As it was going on, would I have been like, I'm so grateful for this lesson in autonomy? Well, no, but I am now. And retrospect and being in a healed energy gives us that kind of perspective on things. Let's see what blessings are coming to you, though, because it looks like all the hard work is behind you. The grief is releasing from your heart space. Your inner world and your outer world are going to start to match up. You're living in a changing energy that will bring you one that is happy and abundant. The exchanging gifts as well, like you could be receiving something from a friend, from a lover, we'll find out. Let's go. What do we got for group number 1? What blessings are heading their way? What good things are about to happen? 1 and 2, because you're coming back to life is what this says. The Fool, starting over again, the leap of faith, new beginnings. That is leaving the past behind. Then I have the Two of Wands, which is plans and choices, having everything available to you, being able to contemplate things in a serene energy because you have good choices available to you. Knight of Wands in reverse, that is no longer feeling that sense of urgency, like something's chasing you, something's pursuing you. You're coming into a very peaceful time is what it looks like. Ten of Swords in reverse, that is also the end of trauma processing. With the Three of Wands in the upright, that is the ship coming in energy, which I always love seeing that because it's opportunities, it's good choices available to you. That, as you can see, this person's always looking at, or usually looking at a harbor and looking at a ship waiting for it. That's anticipation as well. 2 cups in the upright, that's 2 twos right in a row. Oh Lord, 2 of Pentacles. All right, 6 of Wands, that's progress, that is being very admired, that is success, that is basically advancement. And then it comes up with the 6 of Cups in the upright, which is kindness and generosity, and the 3 of Pentacles in the upright. All right, so the blessings that are coming to you is that finally a chapter in your life is closing. The pain, the confusion that came along with what appears to have been healing from likely codependency. And why is codependency like the word that you hear every time you turn around? Because we have a society that like primes particularly women to believe that we're never going to be truly happy unless we find that one person. Here's the key to this. You are your one. That's the first person that you need to find. And when you do that, then you find the person who is worthy of spending their time with you. But first you have to come into your own power, into your own strength, into your own belief in self. No one can ever complete us. We are complete. And then somebody who is worthy of spending their time and sharing their energy with us comes along and stands with us. You've got a 2 of Cups, you've got a 2 of Wands, you've got a 2 of Pentacles. You're in a good balanced state. There are good opportunities coming up for you. It kind of looks like what good thing is happening for you. Every area of your life appears to be changing. That 6 of Cups is my favorite soulmate card. You have 2 soulmate cards, the 2 of Cups, and then you have the 6 of Cups as well. The 6 of Cups is a past life relationship. It also looks to me like you are resolving and releasing past life karma, that you're starting again with a clean slate. What your fortune card is proposal. A romantic or business opportunity is indicated. You have new beginnings in multiple forms of relationships coming up for you. Let's go ahead and get an infinity deck, which can be about romance, but it's also as likely to be about abundance. What's the infinity oracle for group number 1? Increase in multiple areas of your life. Personal happiness, the potential for love if you're looking, with that 2 of Cups and then that proposal energy. Remember, that can be a business relationship. And in fact, it looks like you have a good reciprocal balanced partnership in business as well. That could be somebody that you're working closely with. It could be a new friend on the work stage as well. 2 of Pentacles, 2 of Cups, 3 of Wands. That's really good energy. All right, we have Winter, and then Open Up, and then Karmic Partner, and one more time, New Friendship. Hey, I think I just said that, a new friendship. So the Winter card is, remember, if you have been in a form of stasis, if nothing has been happening for you, everything has a season. If you're coming out of this energy, you know what follows winter, spring, which is when new things open up and new relationships and friendships are forming. I think you have a new partnership coming up in a business capacity that is going to help you expand a great deal. The 6 of Wands being one of the better energies for business. But it also looks as if the most important part of this reading is you are leaving grief behind. You're leaving the pain and the suffering of trying to process, trying to heal. That's all going into the rear view mirror, and what's ahead of you is essentially this new life. Now, the trauma of the past remember, even when we're healed, we will occasionally have things come back. We will have resurgences of feelings, but I like this energy tremendously because it's all about new beginnings in multiple forms of relationships. It looks as if your relationship to self and to others has been healed a great deal. Exchanging gifts is allowing people back in, particularly in a codependent energy when you're trying to heal. One of the signs of healings is something called extreme independence, in which you kind of start grooving on doing absolutely everything by yourself. And you kind of have to watch that, because we're not meant to be, it's a hard balance to strike. We need to be able to accept support, know when to ask for it, but to be able to do things primarily by ourselves. I have moderation and self-control. Moving on, escape. Dreams come true. Well, I dig that. And then end of a learning cycle. Yep, that is really what's happening here. You have had a learning cycle, and whatever your personal dream is, whether it's, personal success on the business stage or on the romantic stage, it looks like there are new relationships coming to you. The grief of the past is fading into the past at long last. Kind of not a moment too soon. This is a card for heavy-duty processing, but this is moving on from it. You'll be living in a balanced state. You have a lot more faith in yourself than you used to. This is one of the cards for faith. The 6 of Wands is somebody who is looked up to, though. You are making great progress. That's one of the social media stars cards. It's also followed by the 6 of Cups, which is kindness and generosity. It's like you'll be receiving, your karma's kind of coming back to you here. And remember, karma is not about punishment, it's about lessons. What we put out there really does return to us. Try to be kind and try to be generous and try to know that everything really does return to us. But the blessings that are coming to you is that return. If it feels like all that has happened is the tide goes out, the tide goes out, the tide goes out, the tide goes out, the tide's coming in, and with it, it is bringing all kinds of new opportunities and a good friendship as well. I have stabbed in the back, heartbreak pain, separation, deception, shocking attack. I think that's what you've been healing from. We have heart with a key, welcoming love, meeting the one, open your heart, getting together, and perfect. And then I have abundance, keep a positive mindset, manifest exactly what you want, gratitude, and bliss. Listen, that's the energy to know that you are inhabiting. All blockages have been removed. This whole surrender energy, if it felt like all that ever happened was you were told something was going to happen, something was going to happen. It's like nothing's happening, nothing's happening. When's something going to happen? Something is happening imminently is what it looks like. I want to get some from the Energy Oracle, and then I'm also going to finish up with some fortune cookie cards here. But after a period of pain, of loss, of needing to grieve those losses, this is heavy-duty trauma. After a period of difficulty, this can be the heartbreak card, it can be about losing relationships. You gained a better relationship with yourself, and you're moving into a confident energy in which when something doesn't come to you, you'll be far more philosophical about it, but more and more is coming to you. It's almost like the dam is breaking, that you were held in a form of almost like a healing energy for a long time. As you were in that winter, that stasis period. That's what winter is about. Like, things get fallow, things are no longer growing as they regenerate. And you had a rejuvenation card as well. We have community. I keep getting things around friendship. Victory, this is essentially the same card. Goddess of the moon, your intuition will be back on, and then the thinking woman. And then I have all tied up. I'm not going to take it because I don't think it's part of this read. But it really is like you have a friendship and a working energy that is going to help you achieve more success, more abundance. I want to get some fortune cookie cards and start closing this out. This is a really good energy. I'm looking around to see if there are any other cards I want to get involved here. Let's go. 1 and 2 and 3. What have we got for group number 1? What good things are coming up for them? Go ahead and take some cards. Now, I never read the little paragraphs on this because I haven't found them to have any validity, but the keywords always do. Perseverance, that is your hard work, is you're overcoming your obstacles. This is a card of overcoming adversity as well. Burnout, that was releasing old energies. Achievement, personal riches, and then sunshine. All right, so group number 1. There is a hint of a romantic or a business partnership, because for some people it's going to be business. But for others, with that heart with a key, it can actually mean that there is a new relationship forming for you. But the karmic partner and new friendship, remember, all a karmic partner is sometimes is somebody that you have agreed to learn lessons with. You have a contract with them, and you have a path opening up to you that will involve a new friendship or the revival of an old friendship, because this is past life stuff. Do we want to go ahead and we'll get a magical messages from fairies? I'm not going to get a romance angel on this because even with this 2 of Cups and the 6 of Cups, this does not feel like if there is a new relationship, and this could be somebody new coming in. If there is a new relationship in your life, it's like it's joining a cast of thousands in terms of it's not going to be your focus any longer. It's not going to be the end-all be-all. And that is going to be one of the ways that you can tell that you're healed from codependency as well, is a new relationship only takes up a small percentage of your life because you got your whole life going. We have let go and then patience, please. This is the surrender card. Patience, please, is, I think, one of the hardest things to understand about healing from trauma energy is we have to heal our anxiety and be able to tap into our intuition. And that can mean that things get stalled because one of the lessons that we need to learn is how to deal with the frustration of the passage of time, understanding that we don't control everything. We have a say in so many things, and our energy can be very, very powerful indeed. But mostly we need to accept things that they come to us in the time that they are meant to. You have all this wonderful healed energy around you. The exchanging gifts with the milk and honey, honest to goodness, what it really looks like to me with this dreams come true and the end of a learning cycle is that you really got caught in, I think, a long lesson that was probably quite frustrating to try and learn. But you did learn it about no amount of agitation, because what I was saying is that you need to kind of heal that anxiety around it's time. When you heal that anxiety and you're like, well, it's not time yet, so I should enjoy what I have available to me, that's a healed energy. And anxiety blocks intuition. And so that is one of the reasons that sometimes we'll be held in that, it's stasis energy until we burn out our anxiety, because realistically, sooner or later it just breaks because you're not able to sustain that frantic level. And it almost looks like something held you in stasis because anxiety is usually about fear. Fear is a protective energy. Sometimes it's protecting anger, sometimes it's protecting sadness, sometimes Fear is telling you that something about you is in peril. And I think that your lack of faith in yourself might have made you think it was you. All right, I have acceptance. We have multiple surrender cards. See yourself and others through the eyes of angels with unconditional love and acceptance. In this way, you inspire and lift everyone to their highest potential. We come here with a job we want to do, with lessons that we want to learn, with mile markers that we want to hit. I'm going to do a video explaining timelines at some point, and how we can have central fateful occurrences, and yet still our life is dictated by our choices, that we have free will that determines almost everything. Let's go ahead and close this out with one last oracle card. What beautiful things are coming to pile number 1? What blessings are coming your way? What's the good news? Devotion. The sheep and blackberry devotion. All right, so group number 1, it looks like it's a slightly varied answer. If what you have been hoping for is romance, by the time you can tell you're healed, because it's no longer this urgent matter for you. You'd be like, oh, that sounds nice, but it's just part of a bigger picture instead of your sole focus. And that's kind of what I've got, is if you're in that energy where it's no longer the end-all be-all, it's more, that would make a nice piece to the overall puzzle. That's a healed energy. That's what's coming up as well. It looked to me, and it kind of felt to me, as if when that does come into your life, it's not the big focus that it used to be. Because you no longer have great attachments to outcomes, and you really have kind of entered into that healed, surrendered state where that's not the same thing as giving up. It is understanding that even if we can't sense or see the purpose right away, that there always is something. Remember, the only thing that is constant in life is change. If you have had a difficult season, you're heading into a much better one in which you've processed and released your grief. You're rejuvenating, change is coming to you, and then your inner world is going to be reflected in your outer world. It looked like there was a lot having to do with relationships, but that's going to it's going to be so individual. It looks to me as if there is a potential for a new romantic relationship and a new business relationship. Could be they be one and the same? Oh, sure. It kind of looks to me as if you are starting from fresh ground, a new foundation with that Fool card, and that you are finally healed and entering into a healthy energy in which you determine what will come to you. Okay, group number 1, that was your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Take care and be well. Welcome back. If you chose pile number 2, then this is your reading. We're going to put the 2 over there so anybody joining us in progress can see what's happening. This is the Housewives Tarot. It's going to be bringing you a predictive spread. We have a variety of oracle cards as well, but hey, before I get started, please don't forget to subscribe. It helps my channel. If you like the reading, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. If you want to book me for a private reading, there's a link in the description box down below to my website. Let's go. All right, achievement, completion, reward. These are what bright things, what blessings are coming to you. What's the good news? Achievement and success, apparently. I have angels of the chakras, power, truth, and connection. Oh, this is auspicious. What's going on here? We have crocus, breathe, calm, rest, stop, and just be. All right, well, I like that. I think that you're coming into a settled time in which kind of you're not disturbed by the furor around you. You have that power, truth, and connection to spirit. You're in alignment. I have never-ending story, and then to the sea. Okay, you're moving on. You're moving on from the difficulties of the past. That never-ending story can be a relationship. We'll find out. It looks like, Vogue, bowerbird. Appearances can be deceptive. Interesting. I have be honest. That's 2 cards of warning you that somebody might be trying to deceive you, okay? I think your discernment is really, like, you're going to be very on point, though. That never-ending story is kind of that churn and burn thing where it feels like it's almost like a Groundhog's Day energy. But with to that sea, it looks like you're leaving behind a cycle in your life. Lots about surrender as well. Surrender your need to control the outcome. Just be with life in the present moment. Ooh, another one about honesty. I can't always accept the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. You've got 2 cards of honesty, a never-ending story. There may be a relationship that you need to release in order to bring about your next like revolution and evolution in your journey. That's the only thing that's a little bit of a like, okay, well, that does seem to be part of this, because appearances can be deceptive. But we'll find out what's coming up here. Good alignment, good success. Freedom from like a toxic pattern in the past is really one of the things that's coming up as well. Let's get going here. What's coming up for pile number 2, please? What's coming up for pile number 2? What do we got for pile number 2? What good things, what bright blessings, what beautiful things are going to be coming into their life? Let's go. Okay. 3 of Cups, new friendships, greater connection to other people. Temperance in reverse, so that is a healing of impatience. Remember, impatience is one of the most blocking energies. It's also one of the ones that lacks faith. We're only impatient when we think our time is being wasted or we're frustrated with the outcomes. When we surrender, when we accept that, like, as long as I'm trying to participate in my own life and to receive guidance, like, everything is happening in exactly the manner it is meant to. And accepting that can be very difficult when you've had a lot of challenges. But once we get onto the other side of challenges, that never-ending story with To the Sea, when you look back at your journey, you should be able to see the lessons even from the repeating patterns as well. I have the 4 of Pentacles in the upright. That can be a secure energy. It can be holding on to things as well. I have the Ace of Wands, good creativity, good inspiration. That's that completion, reward, achievement. You're very much in alignment. 4 of Swords, another 4 on the scene, but that's being able to connect easily. Your impatience and anxiety is no longer blocking a connection to spirit. That honesty and be honest, and then appearances can be deceptive. A little bit of a warning around like one of your last tests, because you might have been one of those. Remember, we approach others as we are. If you've always been a very trusting person, if you've always believed in the good in other people, and you've been used, it doesn't mean other people suck. It means that you did not have good discernment because you were seeing the world as you were. A balance can be struck between that, where you primarily see people as good, honest, and trustworthy, but you're withholding your trust until somebody proves that they are who you believe them to be. And it's this very subtle difference, but it's very self-protective when you get there. I have the Hanged Man in reverse. After you've healed your impatience, you're being released from stasis. Page of Cups in reverse, for me, that can be one of the cards for surprises, but it could also be an apology. Knight of Swords in the upright is a traveling energy. It's a moving forward, it's certainty, it's swiftness. It's also very directed energy, particularly in business. Judgment card in the upright. It's new cycles beginning. I actually genuinely like this. A new karmic cycle is beginning for you. It appears to involve better friendships, more financial security, good inspiration. You're going to feel connected and excited again about life in a way that I don't think you have in kind of a good long time. It looks like it's really been a struggle. Let's get going here with some other oracle cards. I'm going to get an infinity oracle card first. It has a tendency to have good energies around what's business, because it looks like a business opportunity is one of the things that's first indicated. 3 of Cups is that reunion, that friendship. In this particular 3 of Cups, it's 2 cups pouring into 1. It could mean that you are coming into union with somebody, but let's see. I don't have a lot of romance energy around this. That may not be your focus. And remember, if it's not contained in this reading, it doesn't mean that it's not happening. It's just this reading is predicting, I believe, more like business success, more certainty, more opportunity. The Knight of Swords is, like, for me, that's one of the cards of getting a lot of electronic messages as well, back and forth on that. It can be an air travel card. Healthy boundaries. Chaser. With the Dark Night of the Soul, I want one more on that. Okay. We have Secret Admirer and Union. I was going to take one more, and 2 came out in my hand, so I held on to them. All right. Here's the thing. I think that you might have been the chaser in the past. Remember, one of the ways to tell that you're healed is if you have been in a runner-chaser dynamic, eventually the chaser kind of looks at the situation and says, this person is ignoring me. This person is prioritizing everybody but me. I can only make so many excuses for this person's internal world before I have to accept that I don't deserve this level of disdain for my affections. The dark night of the soul with secret admirer and union. It looks like, I said at the beginning of this, it looked kind of like maybe there was a relationship in your past that you kind of needed to examine in order to release. And that's that honesty card. This is the part where, like, it's not likely to be a very popular sentiment, but like I kind of can't let that guide what I see in the cards. It looks to me like there may have been a relationship that simply was not worthy of you. That we all lie to ourselves sometimes, and it's not lying. Remember, denial starts out as a protective energy. We only see things as we're able to. If there was a relationship, it could be a friendship, it could be a romantic relationship, that you invested a lot of energy in and it didn't work out, that does not mean you were foolish. It means that you were held in a period of stasis so that you could learn lessons about your worth. And when you learn the lesson, then you're essentially released from that class. Here's the fortune reading cards. I have a focus on basically your, I want to say your business life. But the secret admirer and union kind of says that something's coming in around that as well. Goals, like I said. Progress is positive and personal goals will be achieved. Angels, your angels are guiding and protecting you on your spiritual journey. Group number 2, this focus is the pile. The focus for this pile is pretty clearly kind of practical concerns, money. Coming into an energy in which you're making more progress, in which you have good judgment about the people that you will allow into your life. That secret admirer and union, you really might be in the stage of healing from toxic relationships, in which you have released relationships for the time being. And why does that happen? Because when we're healing, we really have to withdraw into self and focus on self. If there is a relationship that over the course of time you're like, maybe I misjudged that, don't be hard on yourself for that. The divine sometimes will put, it's almost like a decoy in front of us in order to allow us to go into a healing phase. And it's actually a tremendous gift. It can be difficult to receive it that way. But I think it helped you so much to have to spend that time by yourself in order to focus on self, to have better boundaries. And I think you had to learn how to be really honest with yourself about, you might have been one of those people who you were so used to receiving poor treatment from others that when somebody treats you badly, you would make excuses about it. That be honest with yourself as well. Try not to excuse away bad behavior in others. Now, it's one thing if somebody comes to you and says, I recognize I did this and I am sorry. But if they have not apologized, if they are in no way indicating that they understand that they're not treating you properly, examine that. Examine that. There are very, very few reasons that justify not treating somebody you actually love poorly. There has to be a really crushing set of circumstances. We have abundance. Keep a positive mindset. Manifest exactly what you want. Gratitude and bliss. Last group got that as well. I've got acts, breakup, separation, stop the pattern, silent treatment, and abandonment. This is one of the cards for epiphanies. Group number 2, like maybe this is not going to be a great, like a well-received message. You have a lot of success coming to you. Business is going to be booming. There is a relationship that wants to come to you with that secret admirer and union. I do not think it's the relationship that you might have been focusing on. And if you hear that and like it's hitting really hard, it's not your message. Because in order for this to be your pile, you have to be in the stop the pattern, stop the kind. We sometimes repeat patterns as we try to learn our worth. And no one who's ignoring you really deserves your love. There's very, 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 very few sets of circumstances that can excuse someone's in the runner energy. There just is. People do have their own work to do, but they can catch up to you when they've done it. There we go. The chaser. Keys on a ring, many options, decision, unconventional, string along, one night stand. Chaser in a codependent relationship, fear of abandonment issues. Heartbroken. Yep. Self-indulgence. Okay, so group number 2, you have lots of monetary success coming to you. You're going to be making progress. You're going to have greater friendships. These are all the bright blessings that are coming to you. You might have one last thing to do in your healing journey, which is, it looks like releasing a relationship that is not necessarily serving you, but only you will know that. And remember, it's going to be very individual. Look at the set of circumstances and just try to kind of do yourself the favor of examining them for pretend it's happening to your very best friend in the world. Like, this person I'm so interested in hasn't talked to me in 9 months. It's like, well, okay, have you tried to talk to them and they haven't responded? Because that's super rude. Like, there needs to be a really good reason that somebody is ignoring your existence. Do you have any idea what the really good reason is? And if it's that they just don't want to deal at that particular time, they're not doing their work. The best thing that you can do is to focus on your own life and be open to new possibilities with other people. And if you're not in the energy where you can hear that, where it's just really, really upsetting, this isn't your pile, because this person is pretty much healed except for this one issue, and they're ready for more success, which is what this pile is saying your next one. Rest and rejuvenation, that's the same energy as the Four of Swords. Archangel Uriel, which is a connection to the divine. Deceit, 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 deceit. Lots and lots of cards about there's something Angel of Strength is overcoming, and then the woman holding a coin is a secure monetary energy. Group number 2, it looks to me like you're being asked to examine whether or not you might have been engaging in some protective denial around a relationship that has a great deal of importance to you. And again, if that is freaking you out or upsetting you, this is not your pile, because there is no agitation or anxiety or heartbreak card except for something that it's like a truth that you've already faced, but since it was a difficult one, it's just been a little hard, and that's completely, completely normal. Success is coming up for you, though. A project that you've been putting in a lot of time on is apparently really coming to fruition. You have good access to your guides, but the never-ending story with To the Sea. This is, and all these cards about honesty. It's time to be honest with yourself, potentially about a twin flame situation. And I'm going to leave that there because this is not meant to be a twin flame reading. Not all twin flames end up together because not everybody involved is doing their work. Please examine the situation that you're in, and if it's been dragging on for any length of time, you deserve love. You deserve somebody's focus, and you deserve somebody who makes you a priority. And if you have been attached to somebody that is not describing, examine the reasons for the attachment, because you actually do deserve more than that. You deserve reciprocity, and you deserve healthy love, and you deserve a secure attachment style. And if the person that you're into is not displaying that, then maybe it's time to release them and let you be the person that you're into enough that you welcome new love, new attention, that you know, I do deserve somebody who answers my texts. I do deserve somebody who is focusing on me. I do deserve somebody who does not take years or months or however long to decide whether or not they want to hang out with me. And if you have been waiting for somebody who is not treating you with the attention and the love that you deserve, remember, the real question is, why am I allowing somebody to treat me badly? Because it means I'm not loving myself enough when I accept poor treatment. And that is not an accusation, and it is not about blaming you. It is saying that maybe you learned some things about relationships that you need to unlearn to have better relationships with yourself and with others. But mostly this is about being fully in alignment, surrendering to the process. Meditating is going to be one of the things that will bring you the energies to heal. And don't fear the idea of moving on. People get very, very, very focused on, I just want this one person, I just want this one person. Realistically, most of us fall in love multiple times in our lifetimes. Every time that we do so, we think it's only this person, it can only be that person. And then, when you allow it to, it heals, and you open up, you let it fade into memory, and you open up to new connection. Learn the lessons, and if it is meant for this to be released, you will know. Please examine the situation as honestly as you can. And I'm not saying that to hurt you. I'm saying that because you deserve real love. We have beginning and fresh start, unfounded fear, new or revived relationship, soulmate, and then achievement and good fortune. There was an indication around a new relationship in business. I did not see anything around love other than needing to kind of figure out where you are in a process with potential twin flame. The unfounded fear card says that maybe you go through that process and you're like, no, I get what's going on here. There are enough, I don't need a relationship right now. I know where this person is in their healing journey, and I'm very peaceful with the idea of them not being here, which can happen as well. But please, one of the things these cards are asking you to do is to examine every situation to make sure that that's actually the energy you're inhabiting on it. Meaning that you know why you're in an energy that declutter is letting something go. Sexuality. Group number 2, I'm super glad about blessings that are coming up in the form of monetary wealth. Because that's what it looks like to me. With the completion and reward, 1 and 2 and 3. But they're saying one of the last things that you might want to examine is whether or not you're holding on to the idea of a relationship, not because you really expect anything to happen any longer, but it's almost like a teddy bear. Like it's been there for so long, you don't know how to let it go. Perseverance, burnout, there's a lot about an intuition. Okay, a greater connection to spirit, more monetary success, and then if you ask for it, it looks like there is divine guidance and divine assistance in trying to overcome a relationship dynamic that may not be serving you. And that can be true for everybody. It's a general reading. But this never-ending story into the sea, it does appear to be honesty. You had the deceit card as well. This cannot hold true for everybody, and it's likely only to be in twin flames and separation where you are the chaser and they are the runner. But you are being asked to examine where you are in your healing journey versus where they are in their healing journey. And sometimes twin flames will pursue each other lifetime after lifetime because one of them can't do the work. It's usually the runner who's not doing the work. Do your work, and that person will come into the energy in your life that they're meant to occupy. Meaning you may end up viewing them as like one of the best mistakes because they led you towards healing. I have, oh dear, yep, the owl and hop, wisdom. Learn your lessons. The weasel and pine, which is introspection. Look within. This is not going to hold true for absolutely everybody. This is the bear and cedar, which is leadership. This is about an independent energy that you're trying to encompass in order to have the best relationships with yourself and others. Really good business energy around this. But one of the things that you're being asked to do, because you're one of the good things, the blessings that is coming towards you, is you will have greater divine assistance in healing a relationship dynamic that may have been holding you back in the past. This particular pile had almost... Here's what I think. I think that that unfounded fear card might have been about being afraid that if you release this connection, it's like, well, I'll never feel that way again. Nothing will ever be that special again. If the person was not living in a reciprocal energy with you, you will have things that are better. Because real love involves reciprocity. You have prosperity coming to you, you have abundance coming to you, you will be celebrating more and more inspiration. If you tap in, there's a greater connection to spirit and assistance in helping you face the truth of a situation, no matter what that might be. And does it have to be like, hey, this is a negative energy, this is something you've been asked to release and heal? No, it does not. But you are being asked to put yourself into alignment. It's because completion, it may be time to release a toxic relationship dynamic that has held you back from happiness. Once you release it, it just feels so much better. It just feels so much better. And it, again, release is not about I accept we'll never be together. Rather, I surrender to the idea that the divine is bringing, if this cannot be my answer, then the divine will bring me something better. And that there's a reason that it's not my answer. But please examine anybody that you might be waiting for to make sure they're truly worthy of your love and all of the devotion that you're showing to them, and they do not appear to be showing it to you. And I'm super sorry, group number 2, didn't mean to be a downer on that, but nothing in this pile indicated that if that is really your message, it will be upsetting to you. What is coming to you is increase in both inspiration, in monetary wealth, in better friendships, and a better feeling of personal power. Take care. Be well. Welcome back. If you chose pile number 3, then this is your reading. I've got a lot of road noise today. I'm sorry about that. I'm not really sure why. If anybody joins us in progress, they'll be able to see what's going on. Hey, the Witch's Tarot is going to be bringing us a predictive spread. We've got some pre-selected oracle cards. Let's get into the reading. Before I get started, please don't forget to subscribe. It helps my channel. If you like the reading, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. And if you want to book me for a private reading, there's a link to my website in the description box down below. Let's go. We have elementals, nature spirits, and the 4 elements. This is an excellent energy for magic. Okay, awesome. Then I have kinship, community, and your group. Finding your tribe is apparently part of one of the blessings that is coming to you. Finding the people that you have affinity with, the people who make you feel like you're not an alien from another land, who, particularly if you've had a lot of disruptive energies or a lot of trauma in your life, it can make you feel very apart from people. Remember, in our society, we have a lot of pressure to put on us to present our families and our lives in a way that is representational rather than truthful. Meaning we tell people what we want them to know about our lives, what we want them to think about our lives. And the reason that finding your tribe is such an important thing is there are people out there who want to be authentic. All right, we have Birds of Paradise, self-acceptance. You are so much more. It looks like you have an expansion. I have Yin, it's the feminine energy. And then it is come to the edge. You might be being asked to take more risks in connecting to other people. It looks like good friendships are coming to you, good connections. I have Peregrine Falcon, seize the moment in life and love or lose it forever. To come to the edge energy. Remember, even if you've been hurt in the past, the way to have different outcomes going forward is to continue to take risks. It is very unlikely that happiness and kind of union and abundance are going to come and pound down your door. Make sure you at least unlock it and crack it on a regular basis. We have Honor Gaia. That is that nature elemental spirit as well. Getting out into nature to ground can help you receive messages for your path. Please keep that part in mind. Love. Live your truth and share love that is in your soul. That's delightful. And then I have failure. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. Hey, listen, no matter what your past relationships are like, whether it's in business or in romance, if something didn't work out, that is not about your being incapable, but it is about, well, there was a lesson to be learned there. There's an opportunity to learn, to expand, to grow. If you've had relationships that did not work out, go back, look for the red flags that you overlooked. And this is in both love and in business. And you will be forearmed for what comes up beforehand. Never, ever, ever be afraid to admit I was wrong or I had an area that I needed to improve. We all do. Every single person you ever lay eyes on will have something that they need to be trying to expand on so they can continue to evolve. If they are not comfortable with that, then it's very unlikely that they will grow. Part of the reason to kind of like make peace with the idea that like, hey, I've had to change my perspective on things and admit that I was wrong about what love meant to me, what friendship meant to me, what certain things meant to me, that is an opportunity to grow and to expand. It doesn't then negate your journey or mean that, well, I took a wrong turn, therefore I must not know what I'm doing. We're meant to take wrong turns because our mistakes contain our lessons. Let's go for group number 3. What bright blessings are coming to them? What happy things are about to happen for them? It looks like happiness and love are part of it. It might be the love of friendship, which you might have like always prioritized love relationships over connections to community. 6 of Cups in the upright, that is a past life relationship, that is generosity, that is friendship. It can be a relationship to the past. With the 7 of Wands in the upright, this is my favorite 7 of Wands because it's sprouting flowers. And it's just it's a holding the high ground energy. It can be a surprise as well, being taken unaware by something. With the Magician in the upright, it's like your power is, like you'll feel it again after a period of potentially feeling like you were at the whim of fate. I have the 5 of Wands in reverse, which is things settling down. I have the Death card in reverse. I have the Wheel of Fortune in the upright. Yay. That's where I want it. I have the 7 of Swords in the upright. Be a little bit careful with that. Be a little careful with that. The 9 of Wands in the upright. You're going to have your boundaries tested. It's almost like these are final exams for your healing journey. And I have the Three of Pentacles in the upright. Very good business energy here. Just very, very good business energy. Five of Swords in reverse, which is another like catastrophic changes. This great upheaval in your life is apparently over. You're going to have more and more friendships available to you. You hold people at a distance too much sometimes, I think, because you were lied to in the past. Remember, all that work that you did was about learning better boundaries. Really good, like this tribe energy with the elementals as well. You've got a lot of magic power on your side when you can summon the four elements like that. In order to try and receive guidance about what your path is, remember, get out into nature. Sitting in a garden, particularly where you can hear running water, can help tremendously. There's really good energy around this. You're going to feel safe and protected through your own actions. It's the Wounded Warrior card. The Seven of Swords card, it can be the Lone Wolf card. I don't like the Seven of Swords. Nobody does, because it can be lies, deceit, and manipulation. But it's like you've put on glasses. So when it comes to your ability to discern, like nobody gets very far past your radar anymore. You might have, because that failure energy in the past suggests that it's something that you had to learn. We all do. And then that honor Gaia and the elementals, I'm telling you, you really are being asked to like get down to running water, get down to a forest or to a park where there are trees to allow yourself to experience that energy and to live in it. Dragonfly, another energy that I associate with being out in nature. Have confidence during this time of great joy, renewal, and connection to spirit. Okay, I'm going to do one more on this. Marriage, you are attracting emotional fulfillment and unconditional love. This is what happens to us when we're in a healed energy. Now, not everybody wants a romantic relationship, but you are renewing. You have like this renewed rebirth energy with the Death card in reverse as well. New cycles are beginning. You're being asked to remember to have a process around meditating to tap in, to keep you in a powerful energy. Work's looking really, really good. Things are far, far more peaceful in your life than they have been, and you're taking a good perspective on what you perceived in the past as being failures, potentially in love, quite frankly. You may have had relationships in the past that did not work out for you, but you've learned self-love. As you are living in that renewed energy, that healed energy, you're attracting emotional fulfillment and unconditional love. Now, that does not necessarily mean romance, even though there's a marriage card right there. It can. I have to admit, I don't have that energy in this particular draw. What I do have is the energy of somebody who is in a, you're enjoying life again. Like you have that joie de vivre. You're no longer waking up every day going, I'll just get through this day, and hoping for that moment when it's dark and you can crawl back into bed and go back to sleep. Which I have that energy of that for a while. Like part of your healing journey was having to go through that over and over again. Seize the moment in life and love or lose it forever. There is a need with that come to the edge. You don't take very many risks at all when it comes to people. Being self-protective is something that you've grown to be very good at. Make sure you don't get too good at it, because after a while, if you're kind of evaluating every single connection you ever make, every single person you ever meet for how much is this person likely to hurt me? How far away do I need to hold them in order to be safe? It's an indication that you're not quite healed, because being healed is in having confidence to protect yourself appropriately, not preventatively. So you don't walk forward in a defensive posture, you walk forward in a confident posture. And should anybody infringe upon your boundaries, you've done the work to know how to settle that very peacefully. You do not need to set your boundaries with a bazooka any longer. In the stages when we're learning them, like sometimes we overemphasize them. Like if somebody dares infringe upon a boundary, it's like, you know, you practically blow up the bridge into your land to make sure that they get the point. It becomes easier and easier to say no when you understand that it's your right. Snake, competition, enemy, clever, malicious, look over your shoulder and the other woman. Don't like that there. I don't think anybody's casting against you, even though I have the Magician and the card that I do associate with having an enemy. It looks like boundaries, like you've done, this even looks like spell work to me. Like you're in a good protected energy around this. You might have had somebody who was like holding you back a little bit. Abundance, every single group has gotten this. The abundance card has been, that's like the energy that is coming up. And as healers, because I have a collective that like primarily attracts healers, and you don't have to be working as a healer to be a healer. Healers are able to transmute energy, meaning that when you approach a situation, the energy signature that you're inhabiting has a tendency to set the energy signature for everybody else, because you carry just that little bit more emotional and energetic power with you. Healthy choices, making healthy choices in love and in life, self-love, self-care, being happier. And then paradise, happiness, expansion, joy, playfulness, oneness, enjoying each other. I do not have other cards other than the marriage and the love card that are suggesting that there is a new person coming in. That might be on the other side of this kind of abundance energy. As you make healthy choices, you will attract the correct partner, is what this is saying. You might not have in the past, and that is okay. That is a stage in healing. Everybody goes through it. Most of us learn our relationship patterns and our relationship dynamics by our families of origin, which I almost started cracking up saying that because some of us did not grow up with healthy messages. If you have had to relearn healthy dynamics within relationships, know that that's actually a form of power going forward. It doesn't mean that you failed at anything. You just repeated what you saw, and then you questioned what you saw, and you were powerful and proactive and went towards healing. I love all the abundance energy. Work is apparently taking off. The only thing is something about your work suggests that like you have like people who try and either take advantage of you or exploit you, because this is an energy of being exploited. Remember, ground a great deal, meditate, tap in, but also, you know, like you're much better at setting boundaries. Reassessment, achievement and success, balance. You are living in a balanced state. End of a learning cycle, which is what we want to see. Here's the kind of energy that I've got around this, is that financial deprivation is not the way to describe it, but a fear of financial deprivation is there. That's changing. There's really good energy coming in with that. Be careful as you are more successful. It's almost like the energies of old try to return to you to kind of exploit something within you. You have very good discernment now. You may not know where you stand on relationships with that marriage and that dragonfly. Again, this is the part where if you're with somebody and you're receiving these messages, it just means that's not part of the message for you. We have daughter, which can be healing your inner child, healing the part of you, because you have the yin card as well. It's like you had to heal your ability to emotionally connect to people. And what's coming up for you is it's healed. Now, I'm not getting any information about what that constitutes for you. I don't have a figure to attach it to, but it kind of looks like you're going to have opportunities coming up to reassess. And remember, we always do have multiple and adjacent possibilities. Get some exercise. Another grounding card. One of the things that is coming out of this is that kind of to activate this new cycle in your life is please make sure that you have a practice around grounding and meditation. And if I sound like I've got a little bit of a broken record energy around that, I do. It's a practice. It needs to be something that is done regularly in order to reap the results and the rewards from it. That's kind of what I've got here, is that you're reaping the rewards of past efforts. Here's the financial constraint cards, which I did get that energy, that like you've been concerned. What else have we got? What else have we got for pile number 3? What else? What's coming up for pile number 3? That's the energy that you're going to have been leaving behind, because it's the energy of the first card is going to be the recent past of a situation. I think you felt very like forgotten. The temple path, that's healing, connection to spirit as well, rest and rejuvenation. And then I've got the deceit card, which be a little careful, because it's like, it's almost like you've got hangers on. Like as something is beginning to take root and to flourish for you. There's the action card as well, with the Archangel Ariel, which is the emotion card. Listen, you're just one of those people that people can tell how to pull your heartstrings. Be a little careful with that. You have enough financial success coming to you, that you need to be aware of schemers. And it's something that you've never been very good at spotting, but you've done all the work, and like, you don't need to be worried about this. You're just being made aware that enough abundance is coming to you that you need to kind of be cognizant of, I need to be self-protective. You've struggled a little bit with how to strike a balance when it comes to self-protection is the thing. I'm going to go ahead and get some infinity oracles, meaning that like you like I said, you have very good boundaries, but you struggled with the process of learning how to set them. Summer, that's this summer. That's wonderful. It's a new and flourishing season. That's new life taking root and growing and flourishing. It is a time of positivity. That's the sun shining of all good vibes. Fear and anxiety, abundance is near, and then divine feminine. Boy, that's a little bit of, okay. Here's what I've got. You have a couple of people in your life that, like, I don't think that you're being asked to release the relationships. But it's like somebody knows how to push your buttons around feeling guilt. That they will bring you a problem and ask you, like, not outright ask you to solve it, because that's a manipulation energy. You're being asked to remember your lessons, the failures of the past, self-acceptance. You are so much more. Please remember, if anybody is giving you the impression that you need to do for them in order for them to be in your life, meaning, like, you know, if you were my friend, you would do this. If you really loved me, you would do this. If etc. Somebody's suggesting that you need to do something to earn their love. That means that it is usually not a very balanced relationship. And if somebody is asking you to solve their problems for them, that's actually holding them back on their own journey. So try to say no and have good boundaries, and understand that it is, like, even if they're temporarily upset with you, if they're angry with you, that is a clear and obvious sign that, like, if you can't say no to somebody and they can't hear it with respect, then how much are they respecting you? And that's the only thing I've got on that, is you've got multiple people who, like, it's like they know you're easy to take advantage of because you've got a good heart. And what's coming up to you is more and more success. Kind of only let the people who have proven that they're there for you too kind of share in that. Yep, opportunities, achievement. I'm telling you, it's business. Sunshine, another summer card. Love, and then commitment. After you are on the other side of these tests around being able to say no without guilt, that's when a relationship is coming to you. And why is that so important? Because if you have been prone, very sensitive and powerful people attract predators because they can sense somebody having this magician's power. So they come and they try and plug into people like an outlet. One of the reasons that you might have a test upcoming around that, because after that is the graduation day energy, is so that you will be comfortable protecting yourself that way. Remember, the ability to say no without guilt, without shame, without feeling responsibility for another person's outcome. If you did not create the problem, it is not your responsibility to solve it. Sometimes we're able to help other people, and sometimes we're not. Just sometimes we're not. And I've got this weird energy of lots and lots of monetary success is coming to you, but the need to self-protect is also one of the things that's being stressed, and that it's almost like the last piece in your Jenga tower that is being put back in versus taking it apart is the ability to say no without fear of repercussion. Remember, if you're afraid of saying no to somebody because you're fearing their reaction and it is based on their past reactions, be careful. Be careful. Anybody who would abuse you for saying no is somebody who is trying to take advantage of you. People need to be able to hear a no from somebody that they love and respect without losing their minds. And that's the only thing I've got there is, like, there's one last piece remaining. You have a hard time saying no because you think people won't love you unless you do for them. And if people will only love you when you are doing for them, then they don't really love you they love what you are, they can get you to do. And there's a difference. Group number 3, the blessings, the happiness, the good news is that more and more success is coming to you. And with it, some pressure from some opportunists. Watch yourself, remind yourself every time it comes up, do I really want to say yes, or am I saying yes because I feel like I'm supposed to? Or even more tellingly, because I'm afraid this person will flip out on me if I say no to them. And if that's the answer, if you fear saying no to somebody because of their reaction, that is on them. Doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. It means that people only become angry when they're protecting something inside. Most of the time, when somebody gets excessively angry at you for having a boundary, it means that on some level they know that they're violating yours, and they're just used to being able to do it and trying to cow you into allowing you to do it more. So you have a test upcoming, but you have lots of abundance upcoming, and after that abundance is apparently, if you want one, a committed relationship. Take care, be well. Welcome back. If you chose pile number 4, then this is your reading. Angels Tarot is going to bring you a predictive spread, some oracle cards as well. Before I get started, hey, please don't forget to subscribe. It helps my channel. If you like the reading, please don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. And if you want to book me for a private reading, there is a link in my website my website in the description box down below. Let's go. All right, I have decisions, predictive guidance, prophets, and ancient seers. Whoa. What good things are coming up for you? What blessings are coming up for you? Sensitivity and strength, tapping the forces within. Boy, a feeling of connection, like in a way that I don't think you've had for a while. We have foxglove, confidence, be what you want to see. This is an important thing. Remember, if you want the world to be kinder and gentler and more compassionate, walk forward being kinder and gentler and more compassionate. Don't look to other people to make the changes. Start by making your own changes within. When you change within, then the world changes around you, because how you see the world is the energy that you're living in. If you want things to change, change within first. We have regeneration and a leg up. Yeah, you're going to feel more assistance. I feel like you feel like you've been in a valley, a desert for a while. We have blue-fitted booby. Cast aside injured pride and cherish the enduring, okay? Like I said, I think you felt abandoned. Like that, like maybe you had the long dark night of the soul thing where it's like, I have no connection, there's nothing there. Let two become one. Let's see what's coming up with this channel. This is like, it really is like you're going to be able to like adjust a dial, and just whenever you need it, you will have the information that you need. You are a channel through which healing energy reaches the world. That is so true. I have a collective of healers. Healers do not need to be working as Reiki healers or tarot readers or any of the other esoteric arts. Healers are people who can transmute energy into a vibrant and a healthy and a light energy. That's what a healer is. So you can be a banker and be a healer. And then I have gratitude. I am thankful for this life and the opportunity that it presents. I think that you feel like it has been a desert for so long that you don't even remember what a garden looks like. But a garden is growing around you. Decisions, predictive guidance. Your intuition is very on point. I think you used to feel super connected, like almost like at a spooky, like supernatural level, and that for a while it has been crickets. A leg up, you're just going to have so much more divine assistance. All right, 3 of Cups in the upright. Ooh. I'm making that noise because I swear I think that just keeps hitting the same spot. What's coming up for group number 4? What bright, wonderful things are happening? It's a community card. That is a celebrations card. It is meeting new friends. It is friendship usually. It's not usually a romantic energy. 5 of Pentacles in the upright. Okay. Page of Cups in the upright. The 5 of Pentacles is about feeling left out, feeling abandoned. I'm not laughing because you felt abandoned. I'm laughing because I was just saying that this is being left out in the cold. The Page of Cups is something new and pleasing coming towards you, a surprise. Ace of Swords is clarity. That's good spirit guide messages as well. Ten of Swords in the upright is something is done and over and a new phase is beginning. The sun is always coming up in the background on this card. It is a card for spiritual enlightenment and spiritual connection as well. This person is usually seen pierced along their chakra points. Boy, I really do feel like you, like at one point, questioned whether or not you were being, like there was an evil energy joking and like misusing you. The Hanged Man, stasis energy. Wheel of Fortune in the upright. King of Cups in the upright. For me, that's one of the cards of the Divine. With the Four of Wands in the upright. That is the 1111 Spirit Guide Messages card. It is also a card for, this is a card for celebration. This is a card for celebration. It's almost like there's a lot of gathering energy coming up to you, but the thing that is really happening is that you are returning to an energy in which you feel a connection that you have not in a long time. And that's a connection to spirit, a connection to your guides. I think that you feel like you've been wandering around this Five of Pentacles energy, the Three of Wands in reverse, like there were not, you made choices, but it's because there weren't any good ones being presented to you. We have Judgment, Dragonfly, Proposal. Half the deck fell off. All right, I don't think anything else is needed from that. I need to pick it up though. A romantic or business opportunity is indicated with Judgment. Soul searching will bring inner peace to many areas of your life. Have confidence during this great time of renewal. Here's what I think this is. I think your connection to spirit is like your channel is strengthening and developing after a period of it like kind of being very occluded due to what appears to be trauma and the need to heal from it. You might have had a situation in which you felt that, you know, that kind of struck psychic energy where there was some trauma that allowed you to feel very, very connected, but over the course of time it kind of faded. And at different points, I think you've really questioned whether or not you were just kind of like not perhaps in the healthiest mental energy. It wasn't that. It's that part of developing our ability to be very connected is developing our ability to be whole within, because we can really only handle a true like connection, a conduicy to the divine when we are healed within, we are strong within, and we know we don't really need anybody other than ourselves, that people can come and add to our life, but nobody ever makes our personal happiness other than us, and the divine is there to guide us, not to direct us, and there is a difference. Guiding is like, what choices are you considering? And the divine will be like, okay, if you're considering one of three options, then maybe think about choice number 2. It's the best one. Directing is like sitting back and waiting for the divine to tell you every single step to take. Guiding is when they will inform you and guide you on the choices you are considering, but they are your choices. Our free will is very, very important. Beginning and fresh start, soulmate, take a stand, family support, soulmate, intuitive understanding. Listen, the Four of Wands is a twin flame card. I will go ahead and get some Infinity Oracle cards. It is possible that you have somebody returning to your life. This is a reunion energy. The Four of Wands can be one of the twin flame energies. Here's the thing. With that proposal energy, that can be a romance. You did get a card for love as well. I've got this strange energy around this. I just do. Meaning there's a lot of uncertainty. Let two become one. Yep, it's the twin flame energy. This is the twin flame group. Let's go. One. Here's how you can tell when you're really healed from a twin flame connection. You're uncertain about like the validity of it any longer, where it's like, well, it could be this, but if that person is not on the same level with me, then like I kind of need to leave them behind. Because when twin flames are in separation, like the way to bring about union is to heal. And once you're healed, you start questioning, it's like, no, I deserve a better relationship than this person has been trying to have with me. And sometimes it is appropriate to release a twin flame. Sometimes a twin flame will come back and you kind of meet them all over again as they really are at this particular time. Remember, you've changed. You've changed. What you need and what you want from a relationship might be different. I have winter. That's that feeling of that like long, dark, cold, being left out in the cold energy. Karmic partner. New friendship. Apology, inner child healing, energy cleanse, crossroads. I think this is an apology card as well. Karmic partner, twin flames can be a form of karmic partner. We're trying to learn lessons together. They're made from the same energy as we are. Energy cleanse, inner child healing, and crossroads. You're healed. Your connection to spirit is very much like going gangbusters. You don't have as many financial cards as the other groups did, but the Wheel of Fortune suggests that love is trying to come to you as well. Intuitive understanding. Take a stand. Beginning and fresh start with what appears to be a twin flame. I've got this strange energy around it because I've got multiple cards of friendship. Is it possible that your twin flame comes back and that you discover that you're one of those twin flame pairings that it's like, oh, well, we're not on a romantic path this time. We'll always be super connected. Yes, that's possible. Like, not everybody makes romantic love the focus of their existence, and we do choose our existences. Sometimes it will be incredibly important to us until we examine the ways in which it's let us down. And then we move on to better and stronger priorities, knowing that if it's real love, then it won't lay you that low. Here's the thing. It's also possible that you simply need a fresh start. Did you have the fresh start energy? Beginning and fresh start. It's a twin flame connection that I don't think ever became a real relationship yet. And this has been in separation long enough to have it qualify for the long dark night of the soul energy. If you're wondering why I just paused for so long, I'm looking to see if there's anything else that will indicate that I'm wrong there. No. You've been in separation for somebody for a long time. They're coming back, and they have an apology to offer. Here's the thing. Do not be surprised if you are like, wow, I fundamentally do not feel the same about this person any longer. I see them as a friend. That's a very healed thing, and it doesn't mean you were wrong. It just doesn't mean you were wrong. It just means that maybe it's meant to take a different form, or maybe it needs to start over again in order to become something healthy. If you have both healed, then you don't know each other in your healed state. So maybe all this is saying is that you've got a twin flame coming on back, and it's time to get to know them. Clarity and truth, a new beginning with that Wheel of Fortune. The Four of Wands. I think you've got a twin flame returning. That you might be surprised by the way you view them being a little bit different than you used to. Keys on a ring, many options, decision, unconventional, string along, one night stand, hand of cards, take a chance, risk, being strategic, options, not showing hand in gambling. Heart with a key, welcoming love, meeting the one, open your heart, getting together, and perfect. Date. Meeting someone new, dating, getting back out there, plan, set a date. Here's what I've got. And this is only going to describe people who you've been in separation for long enough that you kind of, if you ever had a relationship with this person, you kind of don't remember it. Because what I've got is a fresh start with somebody who you have viewed as a twin flame. Do not be surprised if the nature of your feelings just feels different, and that you kind of feel like you have to start all over again. Winter, that is the season of nothing grown. Karmic partner, new friendship, friendship there, friendship there. Apology, that's one of the meanings of this card. Inner child healing, you have healed yours, maybe they've healed theirs as well. And then energy cleanse. It's like you're standing in a new and a fresh energy. This is not bad news. Even if you're like, but I want my twin flame, it's not bad news. What it means is that you will not be dealing with the past. There is this regeneration and a leg up. It's like you have... The best romantic relationships actually form from friendships. We don't think of it that way. We do not promote it that way. We don't talk about it that way, but it's true. The best romantic relationships start from friendships, because only a relationship that has friendship at the root of it endures the trials and the tribulations and the tests of time. You have to have things in common. You have to like each other in order to continue to have a flourishing love. It looks like you had the energetic connection, that like out of this world weirdness that can come with a twin flame connection, where it's like, I've never felt anything like this before. It looks as if that turned off for a while as well, and your intuitive gifts went with it. Your channel is reopening. You will feel a great deal of guidance. You're going to feel very grateful for your connection to spirits as well. But I do have this union energy with let two become one, and a Four of Wands energy as well. Somebody is coming back. But do not be surprised if the relationship that you have with them either begins or stays in the friend zone. And why? Because you're both just very different, and you're healed enough that you should be questioning that. I'm going to take a romance angel for this group. I didn't for any other group. The squirrel and chestnut, preparation. The duck and chrysanthemum, luck. Luck is there as well. The dragonfly and pansy, which is balanced. I don't think you ever had a balanced relationship with this person. I think this separation went on long enough that it's almost like you consider yourself a new person, and they may as well. And if they're coming back into your life, then what it's going to be is a fresh start, and that includes like not knowing where you stand with that person. I don't know what the nature of your relationship. Wow, that was emphatic. I'm not sure if I'm going to edit that out or not. I'm probably going to try, because that was a giant door slam. But basically, what happened was the wind caught it. Nothing extraordinary. I do not think that if you had a relationship with this person that it was ever like a real relationship. Meaning, like, you didn't live together, you didn't date, you might have felt that connection, and then you were kind of cast out into the wilderness to heal. And you are healed. And it kind of looks to me like there are questions going forward, because you're taking a new perspective. There's clarity and truth around what you want this relationship to be. Here's what I think it is. I think you're just going to make this person earn it. Like, you're no longer like, oh, I'm so glad you're back. Welcome into my life. Instead, you'll be like, oh, so you're back. Oh, thank you for the apology. I genuinely deserve that. Also, I don't know how I feel about you. We have new home. Moving is a step in the right direction for you. This can be a new home energy as well. I have nothing else that indicates that. It really is like a fresh start is indicated around a twin flame connection. Now, could you be meeting another twin flame? Yes. And do we have more than one twin flame? It depends. If you have incarnated over and over again, then it is likely. Because what happens with twin flames is our energy is, we're from the same energy, and the more evolved you are, the more lessons you're trying to learn, so you can have multiples. We have flower power. Spend time with the flowers and flower essences to increase your personal healing powers. All right. You have a lot of personal power. The blessings that are coming to you really appear to be a feeling of oneness, a feeling of connection, a feeling as if like things make sense again when I don't think they necessarily have. Your ability to connect is returned to you. Your ability to feel powerful is there as well. And then additionally, I have this twin flame energy, but I have it just has a different feeling than it used to. Like, it's almost like you identified the unhealthy reasons you were attached to that person, and you healed the unhealthy energy, and now you're not really sure what remains. And it starts out as a friendship. That's what that looks like. Let's keep going here. 1 and 2 and 3. There we go. Magician in the mirror, angel of love, woman holding a heart, fifth chakra, Archangel Michael, and then community. I'm telling you, community is another friendship card as well. Your security is looking awesome. Like, more and more efforts are paying off. But mostly it's a connection to spirit and connection to the ability to channel. Feeling like when you ask for answers, they're just there. Confidence, you're feeling confident, you're feeling powerful, you're very grateful for like multiple blessings in your life. Honest to goodness, this pile is mostly about what's coming into your life that's a blessing. It is a twin flame relationship that is returning. but the space that it occupies in your life may have changed, and that will not dismay you. Like, if you're watching this pile, from everything I've got here, like, you kind of, like, you might have already let this one go. Like, you really might have been like, yeah, what was I thinking? I must have been pretty unhealthy if that's the lesson they were trying to underline for me. Because our twin flame is a mirror for our issues within and trying to find a way to heal them. A twin flame holds up a mirror into your soul to show you the areas that you need to shine light upon to do your inner healing work. Sometimes we heal and are like, oh, well, like, it turns out you're just my friend. I'm not sure if that's what's going on here. Travel, major life change, luck. This is good energy. Surprise, I would go with that as well. Positive work outcomes, and then achievement. Everything is around the ability to increase your prosperity, money, progress in all areas of life, progress in the ability to connect. And then again, just have this weird energy around a twin flame is coming back, and it looks like it forms a friendship. And does that progress from to somewhere that then becomes a love relationship? There are multiple indications that it might, because the two become one is a card of being in union. But it looks like you're starting fresh. That's what I would say with that 10 of Swords energy. Is if this person is coming back to you, like, your expectations around what something is supposed to be, like, it's different now. You're like not even sure what you want it to be, is what this pile appears to be indicating. Let's get some wellness cards and get out of here. I am going to edit out that door slam because it made me jump half a mile. It's just breezy. I have the windows open. Engagement ring, engagement, partnership, commitment, eternity, completion, and union. You're coming into union. Boat, receiving what you need, progression, arriving, moving on, and closure issues. Girl talk, time with friends, moving on, happily single, living in the moment, and having fun. And then the Phoenix, new phase, rekindle, renew, transformation, growth, changed mind. That is really what I've got here. And like, if people are thumbs down to me like crazy, well, I'm sorry. It's just what the cards are saying. This is a twin flame pile. There's a new beginning, but it starts as a friendship. And if that is in any way distressing to you, it's not your pile, because there's like zero angst around this. You're already there. You might have been, you're watching this and going, twin flame, oh God, I wanted it to be about anything else. Because it just, I like it. I like everything that is in this pile. But there is a sea change around. It's like they've got to prove something to you first. I don't know if they just screwed up so much that you're like, you genuinely are not worthy of me, and they have to work their tuchus off in order to make themselves worthy, or if it's that it's really meant to be a friendship. But there's a reunion vibe around a twin flame connection. And that is the good thing that's coming up for you. And remember, we have productivity. You have so much energy. It's like your batteries are finally charged. The moth and eucalyptus, an ending. And then I have the deer and oat, healing. You're ending a healing cycle as well. Does the ending have to do with this twin flame energy? I don't know. I don't know. I don't have a lot of, like, there's no never darken my doorstep again energy. But you've been by yourself long enough in terms of feeling connected that it's been a hard, long journey. It's been a long path. And by the time somebody is ready for this particular message, it kind of seems like they're like, yeah, just go with the flow. You're telling me this person that I like wasted all this time on, like really, 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 really loving. You're right. I kind of don't know how I feel about them any longer. That's when they're set to come back. Because like people need to earn our love in order to be in a romantic relationship. They have to prove that they are worthy of that love. Unconditional love belongs to all of humanity. See yourself in everybody. But you need to have standards for your treatment around romantic relationships, or unfortunately it's a gateway to abuse. And I think you've got good standards around your treatment, and that you recognize that this person has not met them. You might give them an opportunity to meet them, and it looks like that's what they're asking for, and that is the blessing that is coming to you, group number 4. Take care. Be well.